Hey folks, welcome back. It's Sam. We are doing the step 3 in the 4-step acoustic guitar setup process. And step 3 we've done already. We've done step 1, which is setting the action. We reduced the saddle height at the bridge. We put the correct amount of relief into the neck, and we lowered the nut. Actually, I put a new nut on. We set the nut slot so we got great action at both ends and just the right amount of relief. So that was our action. Step 2, we then leveled the frets underneath, or dressed them, you might call it in this case, because really the frets were pretty level, but I wanted to remove some grooves from old fret wear, which we've done. So now we've got a nicely polished up set of frets. Step 3 in this process is what I call clean and fix, and obviously they've got some goo on this neck now from some of the tape which sort of spilled. It interacted with the glue on the tape, the solvent that we put on the neck, and the result is a sticky goo. So that is now cleaned off. And so what I tend to do at this stage, especially with an acoustic, is I would quickly go around. I use a safe solvent like naphtha or something very similar, petroleum ether. Naphtha seems to be nigh on impossible to get in that form anymore, but I'm using this solvent to whiz round, making sure I don't bash anything, getting dust, years of playing dust out of the nooks and crannies, and at the same time really just looking out for anything that needs an obvious fix, any broken parts, any loose parts. There's not a lot to say about fixing in this thing. I would just now I'll check for the tightness of the tuners, as I did on the electric. On the electric it's much more about making sure that the electrical connections are good and things like that. On the acoustic it really is limited a bit to making sure there's no major structural damage or anything like that needs fixing. So I'm just going to do a quick one more once over with this. This is an old guitar, so I'm not expecting a lustrous shine from it. I just want it clean and dust free in this case. I've got some Velcro on here because I sometimes put my phone on it with ultimate guitar chords showing, so it's quite a funny way of mounting that so I can read chords while I'm playing. So again, just checking the neck. What have we got here? What is this? Some gunge sticky stuff on the neck. Yeah, so not much to fix. You might want to also check things like any strap buttons to make sure they're firmly attached. In this case I know they are. Okay, looking up on the tuners are still all good, the screws are all in place. So it's a very short little thing in here on this guitar. I'll just flip it over. While I'm at it, I'll check for the nuts here on the tuners, make sure they're done up. Quite often they can come undone, like nuts, they are a bit loose. Mind you, this is years of not having adjusted them. Maybe the wood shrinks a tiny bit and they come a fraction loose. They could do with a little bit of tightening up with a screw. Let's try this one. Again, the same. Oh, well, let me just take a quick shot. Show I'm really doing adjustments down at this end. Oh look, we're going to slightly tighten up the nuts here using that adjustable spanner, and we're also going to do the same thing of just slightly doing up. That is loose, that one. Right. So making a slight adjustment to the ends of these tuners to make them a little bit stiffer. They're old now, so may reach a point where they just don't really tighten up much more. They're not too bad actually, they behaved, done what I've asked. And don't want to over tighten them, that just makes it doubly difficult to use. Sometimes there are some on this guitar, and certainly on the last one I did, well, the one before the setup one, there was one that just stayed spinning. There's nothing I could do with it. Okay, so that's really the end of my simple check and clean on a guitar this simple. More to do on an electric guitar. Okay.